Hello guys, and welcome to this HTML tutorial for beginners. So to start coding HTML web pages, you're going to want Notepad if you're on Windows, or TextEdit if you're on a Mac. Now Notepad and TextEdit come both with the operating system by default, so you don't have to download or install anything extra. So to open Notepad, we want to go down to the Start menu, click All Programs, go to Accessories, and then find Notepad. Okay, so once you have Notepad open, what you want to do is you want to just start typing. So HTML is a markup language and it uses tags. So the first tag we want to write is the HTML tag, and everything between the HTML tags is included in the HTML document. So we want to close the tag, and we do that by doing exactly the same thing except with a /. Then in between the two HTML tags, we want to include a head tag. We want to close the head tag, and then we want to include a body tag. And we want to close the body tag. Now in the head tag, this is where a lot of things like JavaScript are stored and metadata. If you don't know what that is, we'll go through that at a later stage in another future tutorial. But that's basically where the behind the scenes stuff goes. Anything that works behind the scenes goes in the head section. Anything that is viewable by the user usually goes in the body section. It makes up the main content of the page. So in the body, we're going to add a couple of things for this first tutorial. We're going to add a title, and we're going to add some text. So for our title, we're going to use the heading tag, which is h1 for heading 1. We're going to close the heading 1 tag, and the number 1 can be replaced with a number 2, a number 3, a number 4, a number 5, a number 6, a number 7. And what that basically does is it just changes the size of the heading. So if you want a really big heading, like a page heading, you want to use heading 1. If you want to have like an article heading or a subheading, you might want to use something lower, like heading 5 or heading 7. And then the text that's going to make up our heading is going to be in between the two tags. So we might write hello world in between our heading tags, and so that means that hello world text is going to be in the heading format. Then we're going to go and make a new line, and we're going to create some just normal text. We're going to use the paragraph tag for that. In between our paragraph tags is where the text will be, so we'll be writing hello world. This is my first HTML web page. Okay. So all that text there will be in the normal paragraph format, normal text format, according to the paragraph tags. Then in the head section of the HTML document, we're going to place something called a title. We're going to close the title tag. In this title, it's going to be a little bit different to the heading. The heading is what the user is going to see when they open the page, and it's going to be in heading 1 format. The title is used by things like search engines and other programs to provide that same information, the title of the page or the heading, provide that same information but to the search engine itself. So the title and the heading are usually going to be similar things, and you want the title to describe what the page is about. And it's especially important for search engines and whatnot when you're actually making a real live website. But for the purpose of this tutorial, its main use will be actually used in the web browser itself. So on all Windows, you have a title in the blue bar up here. So we're opened Notepad at the moment, and the title in the blue bar is Untitled Notepad. So when we open our web page that we make here, the title that'll be in that blue bar, or the equivalent title position depending on the operating system and the web browser, will be defined by whatever's in these title tags. So if we want hello world to appear in the blue area up here, we would type in hello world in between the title tags. If we were making a HTML page about fishing and we wanted the word fishing to appear up here, we would type in fishing in between the title tags, and so forth. So for this tutorial, we're just going to type in hello world with an exclamation mark, exactly the same as heading 1. We're then going to go File, Save As, and this is very important. And we're going to call our file hello world.html. The .html on the end of your file name is very important, so that the computer knows that we are making an HTML file. By default, a notepad saves the files as text files, which we don't want. We also want to change the save as type to all files, and we're going to save it on the desktop. We're going to click Save, and then if we minimize Notepad, we have this hello world document on our desktop. We're going to open that, and as you can see here, it opens Google Chrome. So let's take a look at what we have. We have the file location, which is desktop /hello world.html. We have our title up here in the grey or white area of Google Chrome, and that title up here was defined in our title tags in the head section of the HTML document. We then have our heading 1 up here, defined by the heading 1 tags, and as you can see, that's in a much larger and darker font than the rest of the text. We then have our paragraph here, defined by the paragraph tags that says, hello world, this is my first HTML web page. So as you can see, we've created a basic HTML web page and learnt a couple of the basic HTML tags that you're going to be using a lot when making HTML web pages and creating websites and using HTML. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any comments or questions or feedback to provide, feel free to comment on the video, to send me any messages, or to like the video or subscribe if you want more videos. Hope you enjoyed watching. See you next time.